slow. And that's because when you're hearing information for the first time, like having that extra slow voice talking to you gives you extra time to process that information and to understand better. So focus on going slow. Joe pointed this out, especially as a first year rep, you need to exaggerate everything about your pitch when you're practicing. So you need to exaggerate that body language, because then when you're actually out in the doors, when you're exaggerating it, you'll be doing it here. As a first year rep, you'll start here, and what you actually need on the doors is about right in the middle. So if you exaggerate it, once you hit the doors, it will hit right, you'll get right to that sweet spot where you need to be. It's the same thing with speed. Speak very, very slowly in your practices, because then when you hit the doors and that adrenaline is running, like your volume, your speed will drop to here, but you'll be a lot better than you started with as a first year rep. So exaggerate your body language, exaggerate your speed, exaggerate your eye contact, because right now you're gonna feel kind of freaky, being like crazy eye contact with Trevor here, and he's kind of like, what's going on with you? And he's making eyebrows at me. It's really interesting. Like exaggerate it, and then when you hit the doors with the nerves, the jitters you have, with some adrenaline, if you've exaggerated it in your practice, it'll kind of calm down. You'll hit a happy medium, and that's right where you want to be. So exaggerate body language. I wouldn't exaggerate whatever you guys are doing there, but that's all. But exaggerate eye contact, body language, and your speed, big time. So that's the end of our metaverbal communication. Any questions on that? Okay. The last one is verbal communication, and we're not going to take too much time here because this is only 7% of what you're saying. But verbal communication is kind of broken down into 3 parts. And the first one are filler words. The problem that you'll have as a first year rep is you'll get to the door and when you need to think of something, you'll say, hey, just here in the area, just taking care of a few of the bugs for the neighbors. I don't know if you guys have been seeing these the wasps up in the eaves. All those uhs just make you sound very unprofessional. And even though you can be hitting like, the 55% of the body language spot on, and you can be doing your 38% of your metaverbal communication very, very well, you need to make sure that your verbals, you've tuned out the fillers. So get rid of like, get rid of your but-us, your buts, your uhs, your ums. All of those filler words that you kind of throw in there, make sure consciously to get rid of them, Brent.
So just to kind of give an example of this, last night I was trying to make up a story to Tyler that I was obviously lying about, and I thought I had a pretty good story, like I had it mapped out in my head what I was going to say, but Tyler knew I was lying because I kept using filler words during my story. I kept saying, to buy myself time to think, and so Tyler, like, right after I was done, he's like, oh, really? Is that what happened? Yeah, because he knew I was lying the whole time.
Yeah.
So
it helps you. Go ahead.
Yeah, it helps you sound like you know what you're talking about and that you're not lying.
So my things with that is I feel like that helps you establish trust with the customer because you sound knowledgeable and you sound educated. And people tend to trust people who are educated, and they will trust your knowledge about the product if you can make yourself sound knowledgeable. So one of the big keys to helping out with your filler words is, like it says here, speak slowly. When you're speaking too fast, what will happen is you'll run yourself into a dead end, and then you'll say, okay, yeah, I was going to go into the wasps. So if you just speak slowly, you have time in your mind to kind of think ahead because you've already thought out what you're going to say slowly. So you can go ahead and find your next route, the next road that you're going to take, and that way you don't hit those dead ends, and you're not forced to say or like. So filler words. This is a big one for first year reps. Get rid of the ums, the uhs, the buts, the likes. Sound professional. If you have to have a few seconds of silence in your pitch, it's better than saying So if you notice every few seconds when I speak with you guys, because I'm really focused on not saying there'll be like a 1-second pause. It doesn't really sound awkward to you guys listening, but it's going to sound worse if I say, so what I want you guys to do is talk to your neighbor for a few seconds and like in really slow speech, just go ahead and talk. You get what I'm saying? Sounds very much less refined. And so you want to really focus on the filler words. Next, ownership. This is a really important line here. You are the pest control company. You want to give the customer the impression that you're the head honcho, you're the top dog, that you embody the pest control company. The reason being is that you don't want to give the impression to the customer that you're a middleman and that they need to go above you, because everybody wants to talk with the boss. Everybody wants to feel special, like the president of the company is knocking on their door. So act the part. It is your company. Have direct ownership. So use words like my technician on my route, or if you have any problems, I'll handle it for you. So it is your company. There's nobody else to turn to. It's you. You are the company. That is really big because there's no need to, like it says here, there's no need to go above you. You're the guy. Everybody feels special because they feel like they talk with like the head honcho, and it helps people. Again, it helps people to trust you. It's kind of a subconscious thing too when you're saying my technician. And then you can also use that opportunity to be assumptive. What my technician is gonna do for you, and so you've already said my technician, so that's the ownership, and he's going to do this for you. Kind of establishes some assumptiveness. So that's good. These are some good verbal cues to pick up on. And the last one is just word choice, and you'll get this one down really, really quickly. But for instance, for the word contract, a better word would say service agreement. If somebody asks you if it's a contract, absolutely, it's a contract. But if you tell, it's like to play games with us. If you tell somebody
smart building or something.
Yeah.
Like that,
yeah, it's really stupid though. So it's like if I come up to you, I'm like, hey, I want to offer you, some service. I want to offer to clean your car. I just need to have you sign the service agreement. Then somebody will sign the service agreement and they'll hand you $20 and you clean their car. In reality, they signed a contract, but they didn't feel like it was a big deal. Because when I think contract personally, I'm thinking like I'm signing away my life and my firstborn child, and nobody wants to give up those things. So use the word service agreement. It's a little more soft. If they ask you if it's a contract, respond yes, because it is. But that's just, it's the same thing. It's just a softer way of saying it that doesn't inspire as much fear in people. Next, don't use the word spray, because everyone thinks of spray. I personally think of the Arete bottles, and I'm pretty sure those are pretty toxic, even though I use them all the time in my mission. It didn't really faze me. We got cockroaches everywhere, but say treatment. So instead of saying, hey, what we're going to do is spray around your foundation, what we're going to do for you is we're going to treat around the foundation of your home. Same thing for, instead of chemicals, use product. Pesticides, use product. Poison, just never even get close to that word because there's no point. Just product. So in reality, this is going to help you as well because you don't have to think as much. When you really just have treatment, products, and service agreement, you don't have to worry about saying any of these dangerous words. Another one is sign you up. So instead of saying, hey, yeah, go ahead and grab your credit card, we'll just finish signing you up. Instead say, hey, go ahead and grab your credit card, we can get you started. Or go ahead and grab your credit card, and we'll go ahead and get you on the route. It's just a softer way of saying sign you up because people, when they sign up, people sign up for new cell phones, and they sign up for a new cable company. And they sign up for all these things that cost a lot of money. So try to break that association by saying, we'll get you started or get you on the route. Next, problem. Nobody has problems. If you ask somebody like, oh, do you guys have any pest problems? Like, no. We just have some spiders in the basement, some ants, but we don't have problems. In reality, spiders in the basement and ants is sufficient activity for you to treat them. So instead of saying problems where they think infestation, use words like activity or presence. Like a few of the neighbors have been noticing a little bit of activity with the ants this season. A few of them, just a couple here and there sneaking into the kitchen. A little spider presence in the basement every now and then. And everybody has a little spider presence and everybody has a little ant activity. But nobody has problems if you ask them if they have ant problems or pest problems. So avoid the problems word and then kill. Nobody likes insects, but nobody likes the word kill either. For some reason, nobody wants to kill the insects, but they want them gone. So don't say the word kill. Just say, yeah, we'll go ahead and take care of the ants for you. Or we're going to put this product into the wall voids. And what that's going to do is going to go ahead and eliminate that pest activity there, the nesting. We're going to go ahead and take care of the nest. We're going to go ahead and resolve the issue, but don't say kill because people, I remember I used it once. I still sold a lady who was like, wait, you're going to kill all the bugs? Does that mean I'm going to have dead bugs all over my house? And I was just like, yeah, unfortunately you might see a few more dead bugs every now and then than you did previously, but they're going to be gone. It's just like, oh, I hate cleaning them up, but I guess it's better than having them alive. But I remember after I walked out the door, I was like, crap, like I've done so well at not using the word kill all summer, and then I say it and the lady freaks out. So I'm happy it worked out, but questions? Okay. So last year, here's your guys' challenges, your takeaways from this whole training. First of all, eye contact. When you're pitching yourself in the mirror, stare yourself down in the eyes. When you're pitching your roommate, focus on the eye contact. When you get home from the end of the day and you throw your pillow or your backpack on the couch and you just have a chit chat with your roommate, focus on the eye contact. Make that exaggerated. So learn to look people in the eyes without glancing away. Don't be the first to break eye contact unless you're directing the customer to look somewhere with your eyes. Focus on that, exaggerate it so that by the time you hit the summer, it's like an automatic reflex. Next, slow down. So learn to slow your pitch, be deliberate and powerful, and practice conversing with your friends slowly. And that is one where I honestly can't tell myself like, okay, I speak really quickly in front of groups of people, but on the doors, I'm gonna speak really slow. That doesn't happen. I speak the same pitch, the same speed to my customers as I'm speaking to you guys right now, and it's too fast. So practice with everybody. Just learn to slow down your language in all areas, and it'll really help you out. It helps people to understand you better anyway. So like it says here, think of the audiobooks. They're slow, they're easy to understand. Last one, challenge you guys to work on your filler words. Get rid of those ASAP. So what'll happen is if you don't, the first 2 weeks of the summer, you'll hit the doors and you'll get tuned into the body language really quick and all that stuff, but you'll still be sitting there going, and it'll be a struggle for you. And you'll get in some bad habits of saying those, and it'll take you 2 weeks to get rid of them. If you can work on getting rid of your filler words now, by the time you hit the summer, it's not going to be an issue, and you shorten your learning curve substantially. So make sure to get rid of your filler words, learn to sound refined and educated as it displays knowledge and confidence and inspires trust in your customer.